Welcome, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom across the world. I welcome you to this amazing platform, and I thank you for being part of this platform and supporting us each time we post a video. Please, as many as are in this platform, those who are coming new and those who have been with us for a very long time, if you have not subscribed to this very channel, please kindly subscribe, like and share to all platforms, like and share to family and friends. Make sure you send this information across because it is very important. We need to carry everyone along. This platform where you are watching this program from is Biafra Exodus Hard Talk TV, a platform where we bring you information on the things that are happening in Biafra land, a platform where we bring you updates that is coming from the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic of Nigeria, Mazi Simon Eba, a platform where we bring you the update on the war that is going on between Nigerian government and Biafra government. A platform where we bring you the updates of the situation in the contraption called Nigeria. We say it the way it is. We do not miss words. Thank you for joining. And today is the 25th of June, 2024. You are welcome once again. As we speak, the restoration of the independent state of Biafra is in progress. A lot of success have been made. The self-referendum is still going on successfully, and a huge number of Biafrans are responding. In the self-defense of Biafra land, the Biafra Liberation Army are doing a great job defending Biafra land in all fronts, and I bet you the Zoological Republic terrorists are confessing to that. You come to the diplomatic level. The diplomatic level of the restoration of independence of Biafra is on a high speed. We have all seen the lobbyists who has been employed to work for Biafra until we get our freedom. One of the best lobbying firms in DC is today standing for Biafra. And just as our Prime Minister said, go and verify. Every single information and update that you need to get is there in the public for you to be able to get it and know where we are. The contraption called Nigeria cannot hold. No sensible person would like to be part of that contraption called Nigeria, and that is why the Biafran people no longer want to be part of that evil country, a country that stands against its own. The primary objective of a government is to defend the life and property of its own people. But in Nigeria, what we see is a government that takes the lives of its own, destroy its own, enslave its own, and steal from its own. I am going to share with you a very disturbing video that you have to watch. Watch it carefully and listen to everything I have to say. Then you will understand how deep the contraption called Nigeria is in fraud. The government of Nigeria is involved in fraud, and they are doing everything to keep the citizens down. It is sad that some people do not see these things. And some, even when they see it, they don't care. They are waiting for their own opportunity to get involved in the fraud that they call national cake. Let us watch this video before we come back again. Let's watch.
Important conversations that we need to have. Now we're talking about something else that's quite interesting. Paradigm Initiative has exposed unauthorized websites selling sensitive personal and financial data of Nigerian citizens for as little as 100 naira. This serious breach of privacy and data protection laws pose substantial risks to individuals and the national economy.
Now, on the 16th of March 2024, an investigative report by FIJ.ng revealed that expressverify.com.ng was selling personal data of Nigerian citizens. Despite the swift takedown of the site, Paradigm Initiative seeks legal redress on behalf of Nigerian citizens. Now, in its response to this revelation, the National Identity Management Commission, NIMC, has denied the allegations of a data breach. This morning, we're joined by the Executive Director of Paradigm Initiative, Benga Chesson. Good morning, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
We probably would, start with the response by the NIMC, so at least we have some clarity on what we're talking about here. Yes. They have put out a statement. They said that there was no data breach, and of course steps are being taken to also put things in order. So let's get your response first of all for that.
What did you expect? It's not just that there's a data breach. It's that there is another data breach. So Express Verify was the one that, they talked about in March. And we did report it, thanks to FIJ, it was revealed. We reported this to the Data Protection Commission. And, well, I'm not surprised that NIMSI got a slap on the wrist. And that, of course, means that they were, willing to look away again. And this is now, Express Verify went offline. And now this is anyverify.com.ng. And guess what? That's not the only one. AnyVerify is now offline again because there's noise about it. But there are many more. In fact, in that press statement, NIMSI itself tied its own hands by saying, we know there are many websites. And the problem is not Nigerian citizens. That press statement is silly, at least, because it suggests that it is Nigerians who are giving their own data to this false or fake website. But no, this is NIMSI's data, and we now have proof. We got the NIN slip of the minister, Dr. Bosun Tijani. We got the NIN slip of the #1 data regulator in Nigeria, Dr. Vincent Olatunji. We bought them for 100 naira each to demonstrate that this is not a joke.
Wow, this is wild. Give us a picture of the impact of what this means. What does this mean? Because people are hearing, some people are hearing data breach, that their data is being sold for as low as 100 naira. They don't understand. Every day we're making transactions online, but they don't see what the implication of this could mean.
It basically means that your identity is for sale for 100 naira. It's annoying that it's that cheap, but the real implication is that anything that you can do with a NIN slip, don't forget, with a NIN slip you can get a SIM card. I can become you on your phone. And I worry about some of the implications. Who knows who has a president's SIM card right now if he has a NIN slip? The National Security Advisor. A military general who is leading warfare in a place where they're dealing with terrorists. What if a terrorist bought that NIN slip, got a SIM card in the general's name, and sends a message to the troops and say, meet me 0700, 14 degrees north, just to ambush them? The implications are serious. It means that anybody can claim to be you, they can get your SIM card. And one of the problems that we found is that when we saw this NIN slip, the home address was listed there. Not just the name, the home address. So basically, if I want to kidnap you, thankfully, I don't have any interest in that. I pay for your NIN slip. I see your home address. If you're not there, I pick someone else, and I have that NIN slip. So I create, I get a SIM card in your name and send a text message. Who are you going to be looking for? You're going to be looking for yourself.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's understand clearly here. What you're saying is that you found out that the NIMC's website itself has been breached.
It's not even the website. To be honest, I don't care much about the NIMSI website, but the national database, your data, my data, biometric information, home address, personally identifiable information.
And NIMSI is the one we have to hold responsible for.
Oh, absolutely. Well, two people, NIMSI and also the data regulator. The data regulator is the Nigerian Data Protection Commission. And I say this because
you have heard from their own conventional media, a country that cannot take responsibility for its failure. A country that sponsors fraud. That is how failed Nigeria is. This is why the Biafrans can never ever be part of this failed country called Nigeria. We have long gone, and we don't want to be part of their madness and failures. We want to go our separate ways and grow in our own space at our own speed. We want to create a nation where sensible people will operate. The Biafran people are asking for self-determination, not out of envy or jealousy, not out of wickedness, not out of pride, but out of necessity to save lives of the people. And if you don't understand some of our reasons properly, I'm going to play another video for you to listen. Somebody from Oduduwa land speaking, hear him out. Even though we do not agree with whatever ideology he has or whatever he's preaching in this message, but some of the things he says in this very message are actually the truth, and why we will exit the zoo by all means possible. Let's watch.
The Igbo man learned that the government has nothing for him, so he learned to survive on his own. You will rarely ever find an Igbo man applying to the civil service or looking for salary job So the average one, even the ones I went to university with, they will go and attach themselves to somebody in the market. They will learn a trade. So they learned to do without government. They learned to discount the government completely, which means that the Igbo man is better equipped than any other Nigerian to cope with our current circumstances, where the government has become completely useless. The Igbo man was already prepared for the uselessness of the government. So now that he is prepared for it, and everybody else have now decided to stigmatize the Igbo man, I can't blame the Igbo man for turning around and saying, it's none of my business, oh, enjoy your government. He didn't enjoy anything from the government before. So for somebody, and I'm talking about the average Igbo man who is like me and you. I'm not talking about the Ojius or Kalus of this world or the Okorochas of this world who have always fed on the grievances of Ndigbo and made money by appeasement of government and then presuming to speak on behalf of. I'm not speaking to those ones. I'm speaking for the average man on the street who grew up believing that he has no portion in Nigeria, which was what fed the Biafran spirit and the demand for Biafra even 50 years after the Civil War. So I'm not speaking to the man on the street of Alaigbo. I'm not speaking to the trader in Alaba or at Aspanda or at Ladipo. All those ones, they have always lived with the mentality of being victims of the system. So when a victim of the system is telling you, leave me out of your protest, go and deal, because he wasn't gaining anything from the system in the first place. So if he wasn't gaining anything from the system in the first place, he has nothing to lose if the situation becomes... The only thing that is happening now is that more victims are being recruited into the Nigerian mess. So why should he, who was always a victim, further victimize himself by joining those he believes are responsible for his victimhood? Unfortunately, it only assures the victimization of everybody. But it is now incumbent on those of us who know better to help him to understand that, yes, we understand that was yesterday. But for us to all come out of this together, you would have to move away from that pain to now walk. Now at least everybody is now suffering. Yorubas will say that it means that until suffering is democratized, it is not possible to end it. The suffering in Nigeria has now been democratized. Long ago, I predicted that the Nigerian revolution will start in northern Nigeria. The only reason I said so at the time is because the North had always been the reason we could not find common purpose to fight the evil. But now that the person in power in the presidency is not a northerner, and is at best a nominal Muslim, and the suffering has now been fully democratized, the northern street, I'm not talking about the northern elite, the northern street has no interest in forbearing and continuing to suffer. Why is it that all of a sudden everything that they tolerated during the years of Muhammadu Buhari is no longer tolerable? Have you considered that? Look, I don't know how long it's going to take, but if this mess continues, the problem that will consume this government will start in northern Nigeria. It's not going to start in the east. The Igbo man has more or less taken a position. I was always a victim. Go and solve your problem. Leave me alone in my little corner. If you lie, steal all the money in the world. You still take that money to a market to go and buy something. And who will you find in the market when you get there? You find the Igbo man there. Whether it's food you are buying, whether it's building material, whether it's car, you find the Igbo man is there in the market waiting for you. So he's already in a position of advantage. So why would he disadvantage himself unless you people show him a readiness for change? So that is where we are right now. It might seem like nothing is going to happen, but something will definitely happen. This system is not sustainable.
As I said, you have listened to what this man has to say, Dele Farotimi. In his speech, you can see that is just the mindset of those who call themselves intellectuals. After knowing the problem and seeing the problem, they have no solution. They only give you sweet talks in channels or wherever they are being invited. And somebody should let him know that this issue of coming together to find a solution is long gone. We are no longer ready for anything that has to do with coming together to find a solution. We have tried that during the Civil War when we went to Aburi and they rejected it. We are no longer interested in that. Aguirre tried that and they killed him, and we are not interested in that anymore. We can't make that mistake anymore. Somebody should go and educate these people and let them know that what the Igbo man want today, a Biafran Igbo, what they want is a Biafran nation. What they want is a Biafran nation, a place where they can follow up with a new foundation, a foundation that can allow them to grow at their own speed, and be respected. That is what they want. They are not just interested in anything called one Nigeria anymore. Those of them he calls Ojus Okalo, them and Okorocha, are the people like himself who are deceiving others and making them believe that something is going to come out of Nigeria. Nothing is going to come out of Nigeria. And the ordinary people that he is talking about are no longer interested in your so-called Nigeria. What they are interested in is the country and the nation Biafra. What they want is Biafra, a place they can express themselves, a place that their life can be assured, a place they will be sure that they will be defended. That is what they want. The earlier these people understand this, the better. You cannot force us to be part of a place where they don't want to exist, a place where they want to death, a place where they want to wipe us out at any minute. This man is speaking in this manner. He doesn't know that as we speak, that war is going on in Biafra land. If you think that war is not going on in Biafra land, I want to show you a video. Watch this video carefully and tell me what is going on. Do you see such kind of a thing in an environment where things are working normally, or in a place where there is war? Watch this very video.
Again. No, la, Rror kuchen. Kuchen la. The one. Yeah. On how to revise.
What you saw on that video is an armored tank entering into somebody's residence, broke through the gate and entered into somebody's residence. For what reason? In a country that you will tell me there's no war. Armored tank running into residential area. Do they have unknown gunmen in that house? The answer is no. Were there any attack in that house? The answer is no. But you see them running into somebody's house, running through the gates with armored tank. And nobody is reporting this. Nobody is speaking about it except we do in our various platforms. We must get out of the zoo, and the time is now. No matter what they do, we will get out. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect every Biafran. May Chukwu Okike Abiama save us and lead us out of the zoological republic called Nigeria. Biafra government, peace, unity, progress and equity. We move. Airborne.
The zoo has fallen. The zoo has fallen. Finally, the zoo has fallen. If you do not know that the zoo has fallen, Check around yourself. Check around you.